Since you are watching this video, this means that you are interested in creating highly converting pop-ups for your Shopify store. Well, congratulations, because you are in the right place. In this video, I will not only show you how to create perfect pop-ups for your business, I will also show you how you can back them up with irresistible offers. If you watch this video up until the end, you will get a guide that will show you what kind of offers you can give to your customers depending on your niche and on your industry. So make sure to watch this video up until the end. Hi there, I am Rihab, and on this YouTube channel I share with you videos related to e-commerce, entrepreneurship and more. And today's video is a pop-up mini course. Before starting with our topic, there are 3 things that I want you to do. First, I want you to like this video, because in this way you will help it to reach more and more people. Second, I want you to subscribe to my channel and to hit the notification bell, because in this way you will get notified each time I publish a new video. And last, I want to invite you to sign up to my free workshop. In this workshop, I show you step by step how you can create a strong, sustainable e-commerce business. I show you exactly the framework that you should be applying to your business in order to be able to attract, convert, and retain your customers. So, if you are interested in creating a highly converting, sustainable, and strong e-commerce business, I highly recommend you to go down to the description and to sign up to my free workshop. Now, before starting with our tutorial, there is something that you must know. People will not give you their emails unless you give them something in return. And this thing that you give them in return could be a discount code or could be a special offer, and this is the thing that I will show you at the end of this video. However, you should always keep in mind that no one is going to give you their email unless you give them something in return. So always keep that in mind whenever you are designing your pop-ups or you are designing any kind of landing pages to attract your customers' emails. There are 3 types of forms that you can use in order to capture your customers' leads. The first one is the pop-up, which is the one that shows directly on the screen. The second one is the flyout. And the third one is the embedded form. The embedded form is the one we will have in the homepage and in the footer, and it's something most stores have because it comes by default with the themes. The pop-up form is the one that has usually the highest conversion rate because it's the most direct one. Some brands don't like it because they think it's very aggressive, so they prefer to have the flyout. In my opinion, you should be using pop-ups. They are the most efficient ones, and I don't think that they are as aggressive as before because people nowadays are very used to them. Especially that in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make them less aggressive and how to make them less annoying to your customers. When it comes to email marketing, I always use Klaviyo. However, if you are using a different software than Klaviyo, most of the things that we are going to discuss in this video will remain relevant, because in here I'm not only showing you the technical side of Klaviyo, but also I'm going to show you how to design your pop-ups and how to design your offer in a way to attract your customers and to make sure that your pop-up conversion rate is higher than at least 2%. That said, let's move to my screen and let's start creating your first amazing pop-up.
So now I'm going to show you how to create a pop-up that's very similar to this one on your Klaviyo account. And for sure, if there is any pop-up you like and you like to copy, you will learn how to do that. I don't recommend you to copy other stores' pop-up, but it's also very important to always get inspired from other stores, especially the very successful ones. So from here, we click on create a new form. And in here you can see there are unlimited options that you can choose between. They are all pre-made templates provided by Klaviyo. You cannot pick any one of them. I recommend you to pick the one that looks the most like the pop-up you want to create. So in my case, for example, I need a pop-up with a left image, so I'm choosing this one, and I'm choosing the subscribe list to be the newsletter. So every time someone sign up through this pop-up, this contact will be added to my newsletter list. So this is the Klaviyo pop-up editor, and in here I can change everything. Going to style, in here I can change the type of the pop-up, whether it is embedded, a flyout, or a normal pop-up, and in here I can change the sizes. I'm going back to this store to try to find out the exact size of this pop-up. So as you can see now, I can see the size of the pop-up. It's 800 by 432, so I'm going to create the same dimensions in here. In the next section, you can choose whether you want to remove the image or add the image or change the position. You can also change the image size, and you can decide if you want to display it on mobile or not. So for example, now it's not displayed on mobile, now it is. So as you can see, these are your options for the image. I'm gonna try different sizes to see. I'm gonna keep it as medium. Scrolling down in here, you can change the background color if you wish, like this, or you can keep it white. You can also choose a background image, change the overlay color. As you can see, in here I'm changing the transparency of the color, and below it you can add drop shadow if you wish for the pop. Let's see it on mobile, now on desktop. So in here, in this section, you can change the radius of the pop-up. Let's make it, for example, 0, like in here. You can also change the border, the padding, the margin, everything. Feel free to change everything to make it look exactly like you wish it to look. In here, you can change the input field text style, so you can change the font. You can change the font weight, the font size, the letter spacing, the colors, everything else. So play around in order to get the result you wish to get. Below in here, you can change the input field style. And now I'm going to replace the image with my image like this. I'm going to change the image position. As you can see, you can change between different options. I want now to remove the white space up and above, so I will try to remove the padding. I will go back to the image and try to make it a little bit bigger, so I guess it looks very well like this. Now I'm going to change the text. So I'm going to copy this same text from here. I'm going to add a new block text and I'm going to change it. Okay, I can remove the format of the text, or I can paste it as a plain text and change it as I wish. From here, I can know the font using this Chrome extension. I can also know the color if I wish, but it's mainly red. So this is the color and the font size. I'm going to mimic the same exact format, but you can do whatever works for you. I'm just showing you how to do exactly the same pop-up. So it's 20 pixel, and this is the color. I copied the color, going back in here. I will paste the color number. So now I have the same exact color. And I will now change the font size. I don't think I have this font available in here, so I'm going to work with something very similar. I'm gonna minimize the size a little bit to have it in one line. I guess it looks good like this. Let me try another font. I guess this is good. I'm gonna center the text to make it at the middle, at the center. And now I'm going to copy the second text, which is the offer actually. I need it to be bigger, so it pops out. I'm also going to copy the text below the offer. Copying the color and the size. Okay, now changing the email input holder, placeholder. So I'm gonna write the same exact text, and as you see, I'm changing the text that's showing inside of the input. I can also add a label for this placeholder if I wish, but I'm not going to do that. And since it's only one placeholder, so it should be required. Now when anyone signs up through this placeholder, the email will be going to my newsletter list. I'm changing the colors, not exactly, this one shouldn't be changed. I should be changing the inside of the placeholder color. This is something I do from the general settings, going in here to styles, into the input field text style, and in here I can change the colors and the font and everything. Okay, so here I am, and I'm trying to change the background color of the input field, and now I have something very similar to what I had there. I'm gonna remove the borders, and I can also change the input field height if I wish to. I'm gonna actually to add the borders because in the pop-up I'm mimicking there were borders, so I'm going to add the borders. Now let me work a little bit on the button. I want to have it in the red color. I will remove the borders. So as you can see now, I am submitting every contact to the newsletter list from here. In here you can change the button text. You can change also the fonts, everything else like the colors like we have done before. So let me inspect to see the exact font style, to see if I can mimic the same font style. So this is the color, I'm gonna copy it actually to have the same kind of red. I'm gonna also play around a little bit with the padding to make it look better. I guess what I still need to do is to add a line under the button as from the original pop-up. So going back in here, as you can see below the pop-up we had this line, so I'm going to copy this line and actually paste it inside of my pop-up. So as you can see, with few clicks I was able to create a very similar pop-up to the one I have seen on the other store. I recommend you not to copy any other store pop-ups, just get inspired and learn how to create original pop-ups for your store. So here inside, I'm inside of behavior, and now I'm going to change the behavior of the pop-up. As you can see, I can choose to show it on desktop and mobile, or on desktop only, or on mobile only. If you want to see the mobile preview of any store, you can do this and then from here change the device to be mobile and see the pop-up on a mobile. I recommend you to always have two pop-ups, one for mobile and one for desktop, because this is better. Designing different pop-ups will make you get a better conversion rate, a better design for each device. Going back to the style in here, I told you about the display image, so now I have it like this. I guess this is very small for mobile, so if you want to show it on mobile, I prefer to remove the image and to only display the text because it's better. It looks like easier to fill out. So going back to behavior, here you can choose whether you want to show it immediately or on loading delay. I prefer to have some delay, like maybe 60 seconds or maybe until someone scrolls for 60% of the page. You don't need people to show your pop-up directly because it's a little bit like offensive. Give them a little bit time to get familiar with your store before showing them the pop-up. And remember, you can always split test everything and see what works better. So for example, here I have chosen 30 seconds and 30%. Now I'm going to show this pop-up again each 7 days. You can choose 14 days, 30 days. It's up to you. But I prefer to always keep it like 7 to 14 days. It's acceptable. In here you change where to show it. In here you change how this pop-up will be closed. Do you want it to close when someone click outside from it or not? I prefer not to do that. Like make people intentionally close it, it's better. In here you choose to whom you are going to show this pop-up. Do you want to show it to all visitors, not to show it to existing Klaviyo profiles, and so on. So this is the default option, is the normal one. In here you can add another step for the pop-up. As you can see, this is a new option from Klaviyo. I'm going to delete this step. And if I wish to create one, I just need to click in here on add step and create a step. As you can see, these are the available options. Now we have the success message, and in here you include your discount code if you wish. If you want to create one static discount code that you provide to all of your visitors, you can include it in here. However, if you want to create a dynamic coupon code that you include inside of the email you send to your subscriber, you need to create a dynamic coupon code inside of Klaviyo and send this dynamic coupon code through the welcome flow to your new subscribers. Some people prefer to include the coupon code directly in here because they think this is better for conversion rate and it offers less friction. I prefer to send it via email because in this way I make sure that people open my first email and click on it, and this is good for my emails repetition and for my open rates and everything. I'm just going to copy to paste the same color in here to make sure that the theme is still consistent. So as you can see, for example, in here I added a static coupon code, which is welcome 15, so anyone can use welcome 15. Well, yeah, I can make it like unique per user and one time per user, but it's a coupon code that's directly showing in here. Many very famous brands do that, so feel free to do it if you want. So going back in here, I'm going to remove the image. Okay, as you can see, if I remove it from the success message, it will be removed from the email opt-in, and I don't want that, so I'm gonna keep it inside of the success message. So you can create any small design on Canva and insert your design in here to make it look good. But as I told you before, personally, I prefer that you create dynamic coupon codes and you send those coupon codes inside of your welcome email. I guess this is way better than including the coupon code in here. However, as always, it's better to test and see the results depending on your customers and how they behave. So this is our pop-up, and as you can see, it looks very similar to the one we started to duplicate at the beginning of this video. Now, after finishing, you just have to click on exit and the pop-up will be published. Now I'm going to create another sign-up form, but now I'm going to start from scratch. And as you can see in here, I can name the pop-up, and under it I can change the list where people will be added when they are signing up through this pop-up. So let me just give it any name. In here I'm choosing the newsletter, and I'm going to click on save and continue to design. This time I'm starting from scratch, which means it's like the most basic pop-up ever. I can start dragging and dropping elements from here to my pop-up if I wish, changing them as we have seen before, modifying the format and everything else. I can also insert a link in here if I wish, like this. I can also insert an image, and I can clear any format I have. In here I'm changing the block style. Going back, let me see, I can add also a button, I can add an image, I can add many other options. In here you can choose what this button is going to do. So I'm going to change the options of this button. And as we have seen before, in here you change the styles, the colors, the fonts and everything. I'm gonna remove this one because I already have a button, and also this one. Here you can add an image if you wish. You can change the location, but if you want this look of having your pop-up like divided into two sections, you need to use this one, this option from here. So in here I'm adding, I can't add another email input because I already have my email input added it in here, and each profile can only have one email, so I can't add this form anymore. In here I can add a phone number if I'm doing any kind of SMS marketing. This could be a good option to add the email from here. I can also add a text input if I want, for example, to add any kind of dimension. Maybe I want to add the name, maybe I want to add the birthday, anything else. Also, I can add radio buttons if I want to let my customers choose between options. Let's say I want them to choose between female and male, I can do that. Or if I'm, for example, selling two kinds of products, maybe I'm selling courses at the same time I'm selling sports outfits, I can do that. Like ask my customers what they are interested about, like which option they are interested about. Also, I can have a multi checkbox. This is if they want to choose multiple choices. And I can also have the drop down and the date. The date is good if you are doing a birthday flow, which means if you want to send your customers some gifts for their birthdays, so you precise that this field is for birthday, and you tell your customers to enter their birthdays, and before their birthday you send them an email asking them to get their gifts. You offer them some kind of coupon code or anything else. I truly recommend you to do the birthday thing because usually it has a very high conversion rate. This is a form that I have created mimicking Nike, as you can see. And as you can see here, I have a drop down and I have all the information. Now I'm gonna show you how to create a birthday pop-up. As I told you before, I like to have a birthday pop-up on my stores. I show it for people who are already my customers or who already gave me their emails, and I ask them to fill their birthday, and I have a flow that's sent for people on their birthday week where I offer them gifts and incentives to buy from me. So this is the birthday pop-up. As you can see in here, inside of styles, inside of behavior, what I'm going to do is to show it for people, but I'm only going to show it for people who already gave me like their emails before. So let me change a little bit the delays from here, then I'm gonna show you where I put the condition of showing it to my existing profiles. So in here, I'm gonna, instead of don't show it to existing Klaviyo profile, I'm going to target visitors in a list or segment, okay? So I'm going to show it to my list, okay? Or I'm going to show it to all visitors. It's up to you. Either you want to collect everyone's birthday or you want to collect your older customers' birthdays. I prefer to collect my older visitors' birthdays because the new ones, I want to collect their emails first. So in here I put a newsletter, so I want this pop-up to be seen by people who are already my existing profiles. Sometimes I only want it to be showing inside of the blog, so I put this condition. So now every time an older profile of mine visit the blog section of my store, they will be seeing a pop-up telling them to add their birthdays, because by adding their birthdays they will be receiving special gifts from me. And during their birthday week, I send them coupon codes, reminders, special offers in order to enjoy and celebrate their birthdays with them. Now I'm going to add the birthday field because this is the most important field. I go in here and I add the date or the date field. In here I choose the dimension, which is birthday. I add the format I want, and I change the placeholder text if I wish. I prefer to always show them how to add the date, by which order. That's why instead of writing inside of the placeholder, I'm writing inside of the label. Here, if you want to add the birthday in the next step, you can do that. However, I want to have it inside of the first step to lower friction, and this is my success message. I can be changing it from here. And I click on publish, and this is it. And now every time anyone visited my blog section and he is already a profile on my Klaviyo account, he will be seeing this pop-up asking him to give me his birthday in order to celebrate the birthday with him. Now I'm going to show you how to do split testing, which is something very important in order to make sure that you are optimizing your pop-up. So inside of this pop-up, I'm going to create another version of the same pop-up, and I'm going to ask Klaviyo to run a test to see which one is performing better. So in here I go to A/B testing and I create a A/B test. I create 2 copies of the same pop-up and I change only one variant. So whether it's the offer or the image or the text, I only change one thing because I want to know if this thing actually changed the performance of the pop-up. and I'm going, for example, to change the color of the button. Okay, so you need to test your pop-ups, create multiple A/B testing, always change one variant to make sure that you are holding in. In here, I decided to change the offer from 50% to 15, from 15% to $15 to see which one performs better.
Thank you for watching this video and for staying up until the end. I truly appreciate that. Before leaving, I want to invite you one last time to go down to the description and to sign up to my free workshop. Remember, this free workshop can help you to create a strong, sustainable e-commerce business. So go down, sign up. It's 100% free and you don't need to pay anything. See you next week. Bye-bye.